What's up YouTube? My name is Renson Mwakandana and I have been editing photographs for close to 5 years now, and my major goal is to help creators level up their editing game. So in this tutorial we are going to get an overview of photo editing softwares, specifically Capture One. And if you want to get into photography or just photo editing, there are a number of softwares to choose from. The major or the standard industry standard are Lightroom, Photoshop, Camera Raw, and Capture One. And in this series, we'll specifically be concentrating on Capture One. So I'm going to give you a basic interface walkthrough of Capture One. So when you open Capture One, this is what you will see. Yours might look a little bit different, but once you click the library button here, it should look similar to mine. So up here we have our library, tether, shape, style, and adjust and refine. So all these tabs have tools within them that allow you to do different things to your image. So within the library, this is where most of your organizational work will be happening. So you get to create new sessions, new catalogs, depending on the amount of files you're working with. You get to categorize them into collections and you get to put them in folders as well. So this mainly helps with organization of your imported files. Down here you have filters where you're able to categorize your images depending on what you like. So color tags, dates, keywords, ratings. So however you want to categorize your images so that you can know where to find what at any specific time. So keywords and keyword library is also a part of is also a part of filters. It's a way of finding specific images, finding specific files within your software that you've allocated specific keywords to. Down here you also have metadata, which contains basic information about your imported files, and there's also a feature that allows you to add information to your final exported image. That is, if you want to watermark your photos during your final export, the metadata tab allows you to do that. Moving to the tether tab, this is where you get to connect your camera directly to Capture One. So you can connect your camera via USB, Ethernet cable, or even Wi-Fi directly to Capture One. And once you connect, you're able to shoot and preview your images instantly on your computer with no card transfers required. So you can control things like your camera shutter speed, aperture, ISO, white balance, even focus for supported cameras. So basically you get to shoot without even touching your camera. Moving on to shape, within here are tools that deal with alignment of your image. These are namely crop, rotation and flip, keystone, lens correction, and grid. So all these tools here deal with the alignment of your photo, whether it's cropping in, cropping out, rotating and flipping your image, changing the perspective of the edges or the straight lines within your photo. All that is dealt in within the shape. Moving on to style. So basically all your profiles and styles reside within here. So a style within Capture One can either be customized, so you build your own custom style over a period of time for a specific look that you go for, or your signature look. And you also find built-in styles within Capture One that come with the software itself. So this is where all of that resides. Moving on to adjust, this is now where the magic happens. Majority of the time, this is where you will be spending most of your time trying to get that look for your image. So you have access to different tools that affect your images differently, and Capture One is specifically good because you can really dial it down to specifics using masks and adjustment layers. And also with the improvements with AI, you can really push it a bit further, but that's a whole video on its own. So you have different options and different tools that affect your images differently, and we'll be getting in depth into what each adjustment does in our consequent videos. So over here at Refine, you have tools that allow you now to create or to polish that final look rather, uh, for your final exported image. So sharpening, noise reduction, whether you like to add film grain to your images or you want to remove dust, you want to remove purple fringing, you have that capability here inside Refine. On the top right, we have a before and after button. This allows you to preview your image before doing any adjustments and after making the adjustments. You have a grid button. You have your exposure warning that tells you whether you're blowing up your highlights. You also have a copy stroke apply button. This allows you to copy and paste adjustments from one photo to the rest of the images within your collection. In the middle here, we have different tools. We have our select, we have pan, zoom in, crop, straighten. So we have different tools that also have shortcuts, and they have a variety of variations within the tools itself, depending on the type of work you want to do on your image. So this gives you a lot of flexibility, especially when you're dealing with masks and adjustments. This is where you'll be getting your tools from. On the top right corner, we have our import button that allows us to get photos within our software, export for our final finished images. The cull button allows you to go through a collection of photos that you want to go through for selection. So culling is basically going through a whole stack of images and selecting the best ones that you'd want to work on within the software itself. So we have a reset button where you can reset all the adjustments you made to your photo. We have an undo and a redo button that allows you to go back and forth low. So undo something that you feel you didn't want to do, or redo in case you undid whatever you did initially. Yeah, a bit of a tongue twister, that one. We also have auto adjust that so in auto adjust, you give the software permission to try and put adjustments to the photo depending on what type of information it's able to work with. So it gives you like a starting point on how you would go about editing your photo. So yeah, that's it. Now you have an overview of the raw image processor that is Capture One. If this helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on our future videos. If you have any questions, also leave them in the comments. I'd be very happy to respond to them. And if you want to level up even further, check out our next video where we'll go through importing, organizing, and managing your photos within Capture One. Thank you so much for sticking around. Keep creating, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.